Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, happy TWID Day Guardians. Oh goodness, has this month flown by? Personally, I've spent most of it fishing, but we know so many of you have been deep diving, hanging out with Asa, and well, probably also catching fishies. Let's get started with what you might have missed last week. In last week's TWAB, the Throne World Fishing Rally kicked off an announcement for the Bungie Day Giving Festival. Get ready for Bungie Day festivities for the week of July 7th. Our mid-season weapon tuning preview is coming in early July, player support reports, and then Art of the Week, Movie of the Week showcase. Now this week, an update on game stability and next steps. Oh, dude, is Bungie actually acknowledging this problem? Next week is Lucky Week in Fishing, the Witness's Origins cutscene, the final round of #Drown in the Drip, current Prime Gaming drop extended to July 19th, Community Emblem competition, the latest update from the player support team, and this week's Art of the Week and Movie of the Week picks. Now to start things off, an update on game stability and next steps. First up, we have an update from the engineering team. The services that power Destiny 2 are a critical part of every player's experience, and we are committed to improving stability and reliability long term. Last month, we spoke about the back-end upgrades we implemented to prepare for the year of Lightfall, and the service stability issues that have recently affected players. Today, we'd like to dive into some of the technical details around Destiny 2's service stability and provide a deeper layer of transparency about what we're doing to improve it throughout the upcoming seasons. Thank you, Bungie. This is what we need. Open dialogue. Now, in preparation for Lightfall and future large releases, we invested in a wide effort to update our internal services with a long-term goal of improving scalability, maintenance, and levels of support for our service infrastructure. Specifically, we want to ensure that we have improved stability during moments or events of high player concurrency. This work resulted in the successful launches of both Lightfall and the Root of Nightmares World First Race. Both perform more smoothly than prior launches, and we expect that trend to continue for future releases. However, we've identified several issues with those changes that we're working to correct, starting with improving our infrastructure. When gameplay messages from Destiny 2 are received, they are sent to a key service called Claims, which then routes them onto the server that is responsible for your player data. This is an essential service for keeping the client and server in sync during every moment of gameplay. As you can imagine, this means Claims handles a tremendous amount of volume, routing every single kill, orb, or unit of glimmer in Destiny 2 to the correct recipient. Ahead of Lightfall's launch, a few improvements were made to the Claims service. We made updates to some of its underlying communication technology and made changes that allow Claims to scale out to more servers so that during moments or events of high concurrency, the service can make use of those extra resources and avoid getting bogged down. Now, while the updates achieved our scale goals, we discovered issues around the service's error recover functionality. Normally, if Claims has its communication channels disrupted to other services, it is designed to automatically restore these connections. Now, these disruptions can happen for a wide variety of reasons, including hardware failures, network hitches, or problems with other services. However, despite rigorous testing, the updated system is not always recovering as expected in our live game environment. If these channels are permanently disrupted, this can be one of the causes behind Weasel, Baboon, or other error codes for a large subset of the player base. In these cases, even a rolling restart of our claim service is not always enough to restore the service. Instead, a full restart of our Destiny 2 services must be performed to restore the claim system, which we are rapidly working to correct. Fixing these claims issues is the very top priority of our services organization right now, but we must do it very carefully. Done incorrectly, and we can unintentionally make stability for players worse or even create new issues. This is not a process that can happen overnight, and we must make sure that as we make these fixes, we guarantee that your gameplay messages get routed reliably so that your Destiny 2 experience remains smooth and stable. Although Claims is just one of the many services which are receiving ongoing updates and maintenance to improve the stability and reliability of Destiny 2, the improvements we are making are a crucial step in both addressing the immediate issues players are experiencing, as well as better equipping us to deal with any potential future issues that may arise. Now, the road ahead. To give everyone a clear understanding of our next steps to steadily improve game stability, we've developed a roadmap with key milestones over the next 2 seasons. Oh wow, we're getting a roadmap on server upgrades? Ongoing. We will continue to make improvements to our production and deployment process to reduce the risk of disruption for players while reducing our maintenance and deployment downtime windows. We will also constantly improve our response procedures for incident recovery to bring Destiny 2 back online as quickly as possible when incidents occur. This work has been ongoing and will continue throughout this timeline. But starting in mid-season 21, update 7.1.5 will roll out. We will make targeted improvements to our logging and alerting systems, allowing us to diagnose issues more quickly with claims and related systems. These changes are designed to minimize the risk of further degrading stability, while helping us to confirm the effectiveness of fixes further out on the roadmap. And in Season 22 launch, update 7.2.0, we are deploying a large set of improvements meant to improve the self-healing ability of claims and reduce the odds of us needing to bring Destiny 2 temporarily offline when an issue occurs. We are adding functionality for services to detect claim services that are in an unhealthy state and send their messages to healthy services instead. We are additionally making 6 targeted fixes to claim systems where we have identified issues that could impact claim stability or recovery. We are making an improvement to better evict old gameplay messages in our pipelines, which should help with the faster recoveries and reduce the chance of a death spiral of slow messages causing more slow messages. Now, we are also deploying improvements that will help us make Destiny 2 services even more robust in the future. We are adding improved support for targeted chaos testing against our services, allowing us to better simulate different failure modes for our services. We're adding more logging for non-claims portions of our messaging pipeline to detect other issues that could lead to connection problems for players. And then finally, to reduce the odds of introducing new problems with these changes, we are also updating and expanding our claims unit tests. This is automated testing that verifies that code is behaving the way we expect it should. And then in Season 23, update 7.3.0 will launch. Based on the results of our 7.2.0 updates and improved logging, we will be targeting deeper and broader architectural improvements to improve the service stability and rapid recovery of Destiny 2, which will also include a range of additional improvements. We hope this sheds new light on what's been causing some recent stability issues, the method we're using to track them, what we're doing to improve game stability in the short, medium, and long term, and when to expect those updates to go live. Please note that some of these changes will be structural in nature and could introduce additional instability as we initially roll them out. As always, we will work to minimize this risk with deep testing and around-the-clock monitoring, and we'll implement the most appropriate response needed to get everyone back online as quickly as possible when instability occurs. Our goal is to give Destiny 2 players the best possible experience, and we look forward to seeing the results of the work we've been doing since Lightfall's launch to improve stability. Thank you for your patience and feedback as we work toward achieving the milestones above. Listen, guys, I wish this can be fixed right now. It would be amazing. But let me just say this. This is the dialogue we needed, Bungie, and I'm so glad that you're laying out a plan as we're going forward. Because honestly, saying nothing made us feel like you were playing the ignore game. Like, see no evil, there is no evil. And understand, getting knocked offline sucks. Not being able to play a game that you want to play, especially considering so many people have time-constrained lives, that sucks. But even more so than that, there's a lot of things in Destiny that when you do get knocked offline, it sucks even worse. It's not like some single-player game where you can just pick back up. Some people get knocked offline in the middle of doing their solo runs for a dungeon. Perhaps you're in the middle of a raid or a trials card. Getting knocked offline at those moments are terrible in a live service game. And that's why we've been taking this issue so seriously. That's why we've been talking about it constantly. Because since Lightfall, things have not improved. Now, when reading this, it honestly just makes me feel like their feedback system is what's causing this issue. As if the system is just overloading itself, and the only thing they can do whenever this happens, because it perpetually gets worse, is literally do a hard reset, which is exactly why you've been seeing the game go offline. I really hope that this issue will be solved, and I hope Bungie continues to double down on this because game stability is important. But I do want to say big shout out to the engineering team at Bungie for having this open communication with us. Now moving on. Feeling lucky? How's the fishing going, pals? Whether you're having a shocking good time on Nessus, catching a break in the EDZ, at least it's carb, you know, or spending time in the Misty Throne World, we have some exciting news for you. Starting at Reset on Tuesday, as part of our Bungie Day celebrations, we will have a new fishing perk, Lucky Week. Now, what does that mean exactly? Well, for 1 week, Nessus, the EDZ, and Throne World will have a bonus that doubles the exotic fish catch rate. Need to finish up that triumph? Get ready to get on out there, Guardians, and watch for more Bungie Day details coming next week. Honestly, guys, that's fantastic. Next week is supposed to be the final week necessary to get that last exotic fish, which is going to be tied to our exotic quests. We have a quest guide already. Yes, there's some spoilers on it, but we will do this in its totality next Tuesday at Reset and going for this exotic. Now, moving on to the Witness's origins. Before you can confront the witness, you must understand it. Last week, our sweet friend Asa came through and introduced us to the witness's origins, and we had a few of our most pressing questions answered. What even is a witness? Where did it come from? And what does it want? If you haven't watched this and want to save the moment for the game, this is your spoiler warning. Dude, we have had like a lore bomb go off between last week with the witness, this week with the possible return of some super thick character of which I will not announce, but feel free to check out our video. I'm excited, fellas. Really. Outside of that, we have some Prime Gaming rewards, as well as a community emblem competition. Bungie states that the time has come to flex those artistic skills and win the opportunity to have your emblem design featured in-game. To kick off this year's Bungie Day Giving Festival, the Bungie Foundation and community team are inviting all Guardians worldwide to join in on a first ever global emblem competition. Now, the support shown to the Bungie Foundation over the years and the desire to do good in the world is hashtag emblematic of the true nature and spirit of the amazing community. With this in mind, we wanted to do our part to give back a bit and celebrate the community roots of Bungie Day in July. Over the years, we have been inspired by so much of the incredibly talented fan art we've seen, and we wanted to give you the opportunity to have that talent enshrined in-game. One winning design will become the featured emblem during a future charity campaign. All right, my artists out there, you can actually start the date. Submit your designs on Twitter. These are the dimensions it needs to be, and the final 3 designs will be voted on internally by a group of Bungie employees to determine the winner. Now, they did make a point right here. Any hateful or explicit imagery will lead to immediate disqualification. I know what some of you are thinking. How do I sneak a dick pic in here? Nah, don't lie. Now, submissions will open from today until July the 13th. So get to cracking, artists. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Now, a number of known issues. The biggest one is players can be eliminated by a finisher if the enemy is eliminated before the finisher animation completes. Interesting. All right. And as a final note here from Bungie, all right, Guardians, that wraps it up for this week. Make sure you're signed up for your Prime Gaming rewards. Go catch all the fish, get your hashtag emblematic emblem submitted, finish up your final dive quests if you haven't already, and stay out of the water on Nessus. It's spicy. Stay crafty, Sam. All right, fellas, that's your TWAB. I know some folks are like, Cross, dude, why don't they just fix the servers now? Listen, I wish they did. I wish they could, but obviously they can't. The main thing is, though, is that they are having an open dialogue with us, letting us know what the hell is going to go on over the next year and how they're going to improve things. But I do want to mention, this does not mean Destiny 2 won't go offline. This doesn't mean you won't get error codes. It's still going to happen. These are going to be incremental changes and improvements over the seasons. So keep that in mind. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.